Good evening. We are looking at Universe Sandbox Squared. This is a scale model of the solar system. We're looking at the solar system now with some planet trails on, so we can see those are asteroids. We can see the trails of the planets behind them. We're doing this for a specific reason. What we want to do, and this is where they are right now. This is real time. This is the exact positions of each of the elements. Now you can see that Earth is right here and Mars is a little bit ahead of it. Everything, we are north of the solar system. In other words, when you look down on the solar system from the top, the items are rotating in a counterclockwise direction. Let's zoom in on Earth. When we do so, we'll see a little trail from a item called the moon. We'll center that just to make it interesting. And there is the Earth and the moon as seen from somewhere around the orbit of Venus. We're going to go up above the solar system so we can see a little space between the two. We've got an angle there working, and we will now animate this thing at the rate of 1 day per second. So let's do this thing. We're going to say days per second, and we're going to make that to 1. What we want to do is we want to watch the moon and the Earth in their orbit around the sun and see if we can see any kind of a helix pattern or anything that would look strange to us. Maybe I think we all expect to see a helix pattern, but I think we'll all be a little bit surprised. Here's the Earth and the moon traveling around the sun with time advancing at the rate of about 1 day per second. That looks like 0.1 days per second. That's okay, it's still fast enough. But here they are orbiting together. Now the moon is in the lead and the Earth is drafting, I guess. You can see where it came from. The Earth was on the inside. Now the Earth is working outside of the moon. This is what the motion of the Earth and the moon really look like from a solar system neutral point of view. They don't look like a little moon orbiting a big Earth, do they? I kind of liken this to the pattern of a couple of ducks flying around the moon, and in turn each duck goes ahead and breaks the wind for the other one, and then they switch places so that the one that was in the lead gets to take a little rest. Here the Earth is overtaking the moon on the outside. Isn't that interesting the way it looks? Stop and consider that this is 1 day per second that we're looking at here. If you were looking at it in real time, they would just sit out there side by side. You would have no way of knowing that one was in orbit around the other. It's so strange. It's so different from any way that we've imagined it. But here you are, looking at a scale model of the solar system that we can run at any speed we wish, and we can see that reality is much stranger than our imaginations. Now the Earth is past the moon and it's curving up toward the line where the Earth will be ahead of the moon. You can see the long path there to where they've crossed last. And the Earth comes close to the line of the moon. And now they will be orbiting together like the two ducks, with the Earth breaking wind for the moon. In each orbit of the Earth around the sun, these will switch places 12 times 2, 24 times. These will switch places in a year. It happens very, very slowly. You need to speed time up as we've done here before you can really appreciate what's happening here. Here goes the moon inside, outside, Earth to the inside. And you remember the reason it looks like this is because we are tracking the moon, not the Earth. You'll also notice the moon is not waving back and forth. The moon is in its own independent orbit around the sun. If the Earth were to vanish, the moon would just continue on in orbit around the sun as if nothing ever happened. If the sun were to vanish instantly, the moon would continue in orbit around the Earth as if nothing had happened. Both the moon's orbit around the Earth and the sun are entirely valid and independent of one another. Let's watch for just a couple more seconds as we see the surprising truth about what the path of the Earth and the moon are around the sun. They're a pair of ducks, acting just like bicycles, where one takes the lead, breaks the wind for the pack until the pack starts closing up on him. He's tired, he'll fall back into the pack, and someone else will go in front and break the wind for everyone else. It's a cooperative as well as a competitive endeavor. There is no evidence that the moon and Earth are in competition about anything, by the way. Just thought I'd drop that little one. And now the Earth tucks in behind the moon. Universe Sandbox 2, what a tool, what a tool. This is just amazing. The things you can learn from it. I think I've seen videos all over the internet which predicted that this would look like a helix. It looks like no such thing. You can't even tell, looking at the path here, that one is orbiting the other. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.